Good morning, everybody. My name's Pat Coulter. I'm commentating on the British Open Singles Championship here at Budleigh Salterton. We're about to start the blocks. We've got 32 players around our 12 lawns, all getting ready to play. And what you can see in front of you is lawn 7, where the two sets of players were playing. And we're going to be covering Mohammed Kamal versus Aston Wade. They're going to be on primary colours, and the secondaries are Jamie Birch and Lionel Tibble. As I say, at the moment, they, like everybody else here at Budleigh, are warming up. And oddly enough, the sun's just come out. We've had a little bit of light drizzle, but clearly you can see from the shadows we have a nice sunny start of a day. So we're looking forward to bringing you the commentary. I'll be joined variously during the 4 days of coverage that we're bringing to you by players who, when they've got time, they pop in. When they feel like talking, they come in, and when they want to observe and comment and provide good insight onto the game, generally speaking. So there we are. So that's us. Budleigh Salterton's got 12 lawns, so we're going to have a frenetic activity. So if you want to keep track of scores, please follow Croquet scores. They're going to be updated. The first round, or all the heats actually, are best of 3 13 games. On the screen we're going to be following the showing you the scores of Mohammed Kamal and Aston Wade, but for everything else please revert or use Croquet scores, and we will try to bring you updates as scores from around the lawns come in. It's going to be more or less full coverage all day, but we'll see. From time to time there will be breaks and a little interlude, both for the players and ourselves, as I'm sure you can imagine. There will be live chat, but we will try and pick up anything that you raise, to try and focus our commentary onto what you would like to hear and see, but also to inject some lighter moments into what is quite a prestigious tournament and highly competitive. I mean, for example, Mohammed Kamal has come over from America. He was born in the USA, lived in Egypt, now based in the USA and represents USA a lot. He's here, ready to play against Kamal Wade, which is showing how prestigious this tournament is. Big shout out for our tournament managers, which is Richard Bilton and Louise Smith, doing a great job already, fingers crossed for the week, and to Frances Coleman, who is our tournament referee. So let's hope she's not called on. I've seen she has a pink mallet as well. I'm not sure if she uses that for the hoops or the players, but we'll find out as the day goes on. So we'll try and pick up any points that you want to make, or introductions or shout outs that you make on YouTube, but obviously the focus and our energy is setting up the last bits of the live stream so that we're ready to provide you with coverage. And as you can now see, they are ready to start the singles. So it's Mohammed Kamal against Aston Wade. It's going to be quite a interesting and challenging match, so we're looking forward to it. And the person you can see in the corner is one of our camera operator on the side of the lawn. They're just heading back. We've got a camera up on a pole, which is what you're looking at, and over on the left-hand side, just past the Lawnside Apartments, there's the camera which we're now showing you the angle. We hope to have all the angles covered, and well, that wave wasn't to us. I think it's to his colleagues on other lawns. We hope it's all going to go well. So I'm just looking out, trying to identify one of the other players on the boundary. It didn't look like who I was expecting to be on the lawn. So might be. Maybe it was the colour of the shirt that threw me. So we could just check who's the secondaries, please. So this is the second time that Budleigh Salterton Croquet Club has done live streaming on behalf of Croquet England. We're delighted to do it. We did it the first time for the GC European Open a couple of months ago really now, seems ages ago. So we're using their equipment. We're all new to it, so bear with us. We're all volunteers, so we've got people stepping up and doing brilliant jobs. I would say that I'm a commentator. No, but without them, I can't do my stuff. But we're now ready to go, and Mohammed is yeah. Okay, so Mohammed has teed off, and he's a bit short with the green ball. You won't have, yeah. So he's come across to hoop one. As you can see, he's short but out. He might be happy in terms of its depth, but we shall see. We had the doubles tournament yesterday, and we were able to see some sterling play, really powerful clearances. So Aston has come with the layup further out towards the short boundary, which is obviously going to limit Mohammed's options. And they're having a nice chat. Let's hope that's a friendly banter at the start of a tournament or the start of a game. I assume it is. We'll find out in a second, won't we? But just bear with us. So it's good to see the stance and the way that the player steps up, addresses, and nice smooth swing and follow through. That was nice, wasn't it, to see? So this will be a game of styles, I suspect. And this is a best of three game, and with this leisurely start, we shall be here for a while, I think. We're looking forward to it. So that's laid up right in the... So he's forcing Mohammed into attack. I mean, the interesting thing is that the red will only get to the short boundary. So it's a challenge, because that means that red can come back quite easily. But no, he's going yellow. That's a nice shot there. Yes. So it's interesting that he's done that, because it gives Aston a chance to get his first points. And comfortably through. Didn't go too far, but I think at this stage he'd be quite happy to get the distance. We're playing quadway hoops here. Those of you who play regularly may have come across them. They're very unforgiving, I think is the term. They're all set at 1/32 today. There's the black coming down with a pretty straight approach, a decent enough distance out. I'm not sure that it has masked, blocked red. So yellow's coming in, so it's got a good position. So So that's nice layup, isn't it? So that makes the clearing the black more difficult because there's a potential of hitting both balls or ricocheting, so we shall see what happens. And that's straight at the hoop. And we all heard the thuds on the board. I mean, we'll give you an orientation of lawns around it, but you can see our clubhouse behind. You can also see the clouds, can't you, overhead. But looking out away from the clubhouse, it's blue sky. Well, a lot of blue sky. So here we go now. So the red missed, obviously. Yep, that looked pretty clean. Nice clean shot. So that's 1-1. So as a croquet club, we also have other activities going on. We've got exercise classes, which are quite important for everybody. So that's happening in the background and behind me. So if there's a bit of murmuring, it's not spectators, it's people wanting to be fit and healthy. So Aston's laid up and he's a bit short, and the red and the blue's in a good position, so red has come across as a probable blocker. I can't quite see it from this angle. So black's going to, he's had a good look. So I think we're going to see quite a forceful shot coming across the lawn here at 1-1. So here we are. So a nice snuggle shot coming up. So it's all getting nice and interesting, I think is the way to describe it. These players can play very forceful shots, but they can also... Kamal, I think, has walked off to get some water or... So it gives us a chance to see that red's in a good position. So with blue to play, that is quite a challenge. It'll be nice to see the intricacies of the shot. Right, we've had a little interlude. We've got our happy, keep fit people behind us. I'm sure you can hear them. But anyway, we're concentrating here. So we have Kamal is having, I think, he's looking at the blue. He's obviously, I don't think he can see red, but I'll be told differently. You can see he's unsettled in terms of his shot, so we shall see. So it looks like he's going to possibly use yellow to get red away. I'm not sure. We shall see. No. Because that would have put, if Aston runs this, that would have put yellow into an onside position because of him using his been hit by his opponent ball. There we go, nice shot. And that was nice and clean, wasn't it? You can see measured, calm stance. So here we go. This is a nice long drive. Be good to see the position where he's going to. They're very cautious players in terms of clever is a better word about how they position to avoid being hit or to force the opponent to hit them in a way that doesn't take them too far away but makes the opponent ball away. So that's nice. It's short of the hoop deliberately. So Aston yellow ball is onside, so hence he can play from there. Yeah, and I think he's slightly offline, but off the line of the black. So he's nudged the black to give it a better shot. So obviously from that it indicated that yellow was blocking blue. Oh. So red had been, I think Aston had missed with the red. So red is somewhere on the south boundary as we look at it. So here we go. Nice steady, slow stance. 2-1. Now that's a percentage shot, isn't it? He clearly has taken the view that blue's in a good place. Black has stopped as well. And we still can't quite see where red is. It's hiding somewhere. Oh, right. Yeah, nice shot. And again, a nice camera angle shows you how calm and measured he is in terms of that. Good bit of stalking. The camera hadn't frozen, by the way. It's just he's making sure. Oh, right. Now that's a very good example of how unforgiving these hoops are. You can see that it went dead. There is an argument you can put a bit more topspin on it to try and get it to carry through. But over the last couple of days, we've seen them bounce straight back out, almost a yard. So that makes it quite interesting. So Aston's now up on the top boundary, on the north boundary, and has just come down, and he's obviously gone behind. No, yellow, if you remember, is on the south boundary, so it isn't an option really to leave the blue there, other than maybe perhaps to protect it with the black from yellow. We shall see. He's just looking at that to see whether it will go through, I think, if he nudged it, because it would be almost a waste of a shot if you hit it and it didn't go through, and then black is out of position. But then I'm not one of these experienced players. I play, but not at this level. So that looks like a percentage shot. Oh no, so Aston's up on the side boundary. Sorry, I misread that. I've lost sight of where yellow was. So that's why he's put that there. Sorry. Misleading you. Doing my best. Nice attempt at jump. I don't think he wanted to get the red, but so. I've just had a nice message from Leslie in Australia, Leslie and Julian, who visited us here a while ago, and said I asked them to give a shout out when they got there, so I'm shouting back. Nice to see you. I'm not sure about. I'm quite objective. I'm just looking for good players to get through. There we are. That hoop's been run. 2-all. So we've just been waiting for the other pairs to clear the way because they're going to the middle. You can see that that's Lionel Tibble walking out of your line of sight. He was in front of hoop 5, hence the delay. So Aston is laid up. He's slightly off centre, but I think he's going to be attacked. It looks like an attack shot for me. No, he's going straight in for a defensive shot. He's seen Aston try a jump, so he knows Aston is capable of jumping, but I think he's also got a clean line of sight at the ball, at the hoop as well, if he wants to. I think the assumption is that red will be moved by blue. So it probably does mean that Aston's got to have a go at getting in there and making it difficult for black. And he just touched it, I think. It was the slightest of grazes. So the commentator's curse is he's going for the red ball. We shall see. Wow, that was close, wasn't it? But he had to do that because look where that black is. It's right in front of the hoop. So he was trying a clever shot there. Slightly didn't work, unfortunately, because he's ended up on the wire. But he's in a decent enough position. So Muhammad takes his time, doesn't he? Because he's trying to work out whether the threat is and the risk is. I mean, it looks, but would you do it, that yellow could hit its own ball, red, and go in off. But we've got a bit to go before then. That makes it quite difficult for Muhammad to decide what to do. So he just brought the ball in from the boundary because there's obviously to make sure he's got a level stance, and it's agreed with Aston that he can do. Well, that was not far off, was it? But you could see, again, if it felt he had to, because he's in a difficult position. So it was interesting just to see how Aston works this out, because I say red is wide, so it can't get down to the next hoop. But so he could roll the yellow in to replace it, which would effectively put it in the jaws and move the ball out, and that's what he's done. My goodness. I'll put that one down, and the one I got right at the end of the day. I'll look back on that comment. So now Muhammad's got a difficult shot, because clearly yellow can run. So we're just waiting for Muhammad to determine his shot. He's over here near me because I'm sitting on this one on the west boundary, and he's obviously got a difficult shot to get yellow out. And the other players have stopped because he's obviously going to be coming through the secondary set if he hits it with force. Here we go, we'll find out. No. Whoa, he just had to move that ball.
I wasn't quick enough. Great job,
you see that? Yeah, he connected with the secondary ball pink, which is in front, so you put it back, the ball where you think it would end up. In this case, it still disappeared off the... So we still have the same challenges here with the shot. Aston's trying to work out whether, well, he's decided that yellow can't be got out, so he's going halfway, which is the traditional shot, rather than attempt to protect it. There's potential for a jump here, but he didn't try that. He's just going to try and block the line of yellow getting down to hoop 6. So it follows. Aston should get this down slightly straight, so the peg is possibly an issue. Close, but that was about 6 inches, wasn't it? And that's a nice length. But if you look at it carefully, you can also almost see that the black is hidden, or the yellow is hidden from the black by the peg. That's what Aston was just having a little look at to see if that was a good shot. So there we go, 3-2. if you guys can hear the keep fit exercise behind, but I'm feeling better on it as well. Right, here we go. That's a lovely red, isn't it? How about that for an approach? Because that is making it difficult for black. It's also making it difficult for blue to get to the hoop. Not at this level, but it just makes them think a little bit further. So let's just see where Mohammed goes. That slightly looks like he's going for the hoop, you know. Might be my eyesight, but we shall find out. Wow, I thought he was going for that. Well, I'm delighted to see that we've got 2,400 subscribers at the moment. Oh no, they're subscribers, they're not viewers. It's full. Oh, well, that's an hope, isn't it? 40 people watching. Good morning to you all. If you could just ping to say the sound is all right, please, that would be just helpful. No, that was a nice shot done with confidence. That overcomes that deadness that I was talking about on these hoops. So again, another nice layout. Yeah, he's taken a calculated risk on that because he knows where yellow is, and black, a red's got to come, can only hit it to the short boundary. So here's Aston. He should be just laying up, I think. No, straight clearance. Lovely shot.
No, you can leave it there. It is a bit wobbly. Thank goodness, otherwise my green would have gone through. I know you did, which is why because I didn't hit it hard, but it's still wobbly.
So what we're trying to do is bring you silence. That's good commentary style, isn't it? Silence so you can watch, but obviously try and commentate on key shots. So obviously that was a great clearance, so it's a chance to reset. And that's a nice angle. We can see exactly that. And if we stay on that angle, we can see what happens now with the yellow. So the black, Mohammed's put the black in, well we can't see, but put the black into a run-in position, which means that yellow,
Beautiful.
yes, goes there. And the idea of that is very much to avoid a double hit if red tries to clear black, it doesn't take yellow with it. So blue's over here on the west boundary.
Nice shot. I'm here as well, David.
That was a nice shot.
Unbelievable.
Now Aston has got a straight shot, but he's also got a straight.
I think we should have a whip
I
round
think
for
you
air
can see the
to
hoop,
send him home.
but I'm not. But he can obviously see black still. I don't think blue blocked it. Yeah,
We all feel sorry
as
for
we
him.
thought. So that's pretty good because depending on where black has ended up, well, black probably hasn't got a good shot to come back. Yeah, almost you could argue that I'm not sure that's red, I think, down there. That's red that you can see in the distance on the left-hand side. So he's in a good position if he can run the hoop with yellow, because obviously he's inside. Mohammed's way out there, so this will be an exceptionally good shot. I'm told that the yoga lady is very clear. I'm glad you're enjoying the yoga, folks. Wow. Huh? It's Pilates, whatever.
Yeah, nice.
Nice strike. Look at that nice clean strike, isn't it? And yeah, just off. Just off. But he'd be happy with that shot in the sense of the force and the pace. So, but obviously it didn't work. So Aston will be very keen to get this. Nice shot now, you can see how it's going. Now, here we go. Another dead hoop, and in the sense of it just if you're slightly straight on them, it kills you. I can tell you that. It's a good excuse, isn't it? But it's true. I mean, I don't know what your experience is of Broadways, but they are definitely different from the standard hoops. So again, we're going to see an example of a jump. Here we go, Mohammed. A bit more vigorous, this, isn't it, from his previous stances. There we go. Oh my goodness. That sort of didn't go where we thought, did it? That will have unsettled him, but again, most players just say, right, move on, next shot, let's do it. So Aston's got to come back from his offside position now because you have to in terms of sequence of play. He's come back on the base that he's worried that it might get cleared. The yellow. Right, so where it is, that was the shot of the line of Tibble there, here we go. Okay. So Aston was just hedging his bets there with that red to be on the safe side. Okay, so where are we now? Mohammed's offside, and so he's been sent over to the east boundary. Yesterday we did commentary, we weren't planning to, but we did do a commentary on the doubles, and it was with Chris Roberts and Simon Carter. Chris turned up with a nice little map that helps, showing the orientation. So here we have Mohammed coming across, yellow's in a straight layup position. He's come with the blue slightly offset. If you can, short. We're just waiting for Aston to take a shot coming down. Going down to hoop 8. He's not happy with it, but can't see it, unfortunately. So he's behind, he's further back. Right, okay, so Mohammed's laid the black up again into the mix, for want of a better description. So Aston, he's looking to me to be going for going for a walk, going for the yellow. Going with the yellow for the blue. He's taking another look as to whether he needs to, or whether he can risk going for the hoop. He will have, in the back of his mind, will be the fact that he didn't run last time. So hoop it is. So again, that's a sign of confidence of your own ability, isn't it? Well, there we are. That's surprising, isn't it? It comes straight back. So it just shows you. It doesn't. If you're straight, it comes off. Terrible, in the sense of it's a surprise to you. So this opens up this hoop a bit. Nice little pattern of balls there. You hear brains whirling away. Right. He's very worried about that red, isn't he? There we go. There you can see it. Oh, did he want that? No, he did not. He definitely wanted distance on that red. So I think we can all predict what this shot could be, should be. So he will be aiming to try and hold the red as much as he can. So it's a centre to centre shot, I think. Nope. That was quite risky, really, because it could have taken the yellow out from there, but we shall see. So Mohammed is quite a way away, but it's, at this level, that's a straightforward clearance you would expect. Yeah, nice little clearance. I know it hadn't gone far, but then equally the black hadn't gone far, so it still is a threat. It's a threat in terms of how it can attack the red and the yellow. So that's a nice shot, isn't it? Because you can see where the blue is. The blue possibly has a line, possibly can get through, but it makes it harder for the blue to navigate when it comes to it. But in the meantime, here comes the black. As we said, it was there as a safety valve. So this will be an interesting positional shot. There is an option of going for the blue, obviously. But I think position maybe the stronger two balls in front, as we know, in front of the hoop is always a better option. We slightly went up there for a snuggle, I think, which slightly didn't come off. So I think the red looks in a good place, but hey, we've got this blue to get it. Now the blue can get it, go for the hoop, I think, but that feels like a hoop shot to me, but we'll call it after. Yeah, we went for the safety shot there. So he's taking the view that it's a long run would beat hoop. I think that sort of gets into players' minds. But yesterday Sam Cuthbert was just phenomenal. He was running and jumping from everywhere and anywhere. It was amazing. To the no surprise, the red is back in place as a threat. So here we go. He's just trying to make it awkward. So the yellow's now beside the blue. He didn't really, he needed to get that black, I think. But nice shot, certainly. Let's see exactly. Look at that. Slightly unsettled on his stance there, but now we're settled. Right, okay, here we go. Nice, smooth shot. Yep. A lot of bobbles there, wasn't there? That's a surprise. I think he must have slightly mishit it. It wasn't the cleanest of strike onto the ball, so he slightly got away with it. What would you do here? Looks like black to me, but earlier in the day, Aston would have gone for the hoop, I think. There we are, I got that wrong. Just shows you I can't read the angles, doesn't it? So that will put Aston off running those hoops, I think. well, you can see a little conversation going there between Jack Good and Aston as the tournament referee's on site looking at a shot to make sure it's clean. And adjoining, and it was clean. And Jack had been watching Aston's shot there, so there's a bit of team empathy going on from the British England team, so it's quite nice to see. You know, despite them being real competitors, it's nice to do that. And in a minute you just see Frances Coleman charging past with her pink mallet. Oh, she's coming on. They're a bit unhappy with this hoop. They want to make sure that it'll run, particularly after it didn't run with Aston's last shot. Now Francis is just putting a guard on the top of these hoops. You see him move there. So you don't argue with the tournament referee. Not one who's got a pink mallet. Right, play is resumed. Mohammed must now be confident he can get this. Lovely shot. For our viewers in Australia, just there in the background was Gary Phipps from Australia. He played really well yesterday, winning the doubles with Sam Cuthbert. If you see that on YouTube, it's a stunning game. Some really amazing shots. It's there if you want to catch up with it. You could do that instead of listen to this if you want, but that's your call. I prefer you to stay here. Right. So Aston's first across. And the score is at 5-3, or 3-5, if you follow the convention. Well, we seem to be yo-yoing around 40 viewers. We hope as the week progresses that more people will join us. It's going to be quite intense. We've got a real quality field of opponents. A lot of them are watching each other's games, which is quite nice to see. These two are probably close to being the top seeds. They've got impressive pedigree in what they've done and the skills and temperament that they bring to it. We'll try and bring you more details of the players as the week progresses. And at the moment, we're concentrating on bringing you the enjoyment of what is a challenging game. I think challenging, particularly in terms of the hoops, but also remembering it's the first game, so everyone wants to settle in. Best of three. I think we can see it becoming more fluid as we get to the next game. So as I said, it's a match, best of three, 13-pointer. Here we go. This is again, he's been looking at the angles here. What is he going to do? He does like this snuggle, doesn't he? You could feel he was going to do that. He didn't, in his stance, it didn't look like he was going to be very snug. I don't think from here that it's a touching ball. I can't tell. No, it's not a touching ball. Yeah, I actually have got a sort of little telescoping monocular thing here. First time I've ever used it. It worked. So he's just making it transfer in the hamper, if you like. That's another nice shot. So we now can see that Aston will have a problem in a minute. So it's possibly, hopefully, let's see. Yep. That was a sharp angle, wasn't it? It bounced off that. That was amazing, really. So Aston will be very happy with that. Particularly with the blue being hampered in the way it is. So it's a game of two balls here. I think it went overshot, which is unfortunate, and that's going to, no, that's perfect in terms of distance out. Slightly challenging angle, but perhaps with a bit of a jump on it, it'd be better. Getting easier to run. They're now having a serious look, aren't they? So it looks like there's been a bit of declaring going on up at the top end, hence why we're back down here with Aston onto the red. So they both declared that they don't want to give away anything. That's helpful. It's just still runnable though, and or it can be put in a closer position where it can't be cleared perhaps as well, or more, no advantage in clearance. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. I've got my bottom of the seat ready to commentate. Thank you. I flex me whatever's I've got to flex, so I'm ready for it. Yes, he's definitely running it. I think there's no reason why not. It's the way to do it. Yes, that was a lovely shot, wasn't it? You needed that as well. 6-3. Now, the interesting bit will be 6-4 now. So it's 6-4. What can Aston do? Is there any advantage in playing that ball? He's declared it, so that's not altogether a surprise.
Sorry.
And Kamal needs to have two balls in play, I think, here. So that's what he's doing. He wanted us to stay, walk down with Aston because he wanted to see what was going. So we got to group 11 in down the middle, playing up towards Lionel Tibble, who's sitting there spectating because everything's getting in each other's way. And those of you who play double banking, it can be quite challenging, can be quite irritating actually. And you've got to be on guard sometimes with the power of some of these shots. Those balls whistling around will take your ankles. Could be an excuse just to sit down. So again, what Kamal had done in the shot with blue was to put it on side. That's what he's done. That's unfortunate, isn't it? That was a nice looking shot. I mean, the one thing he didn't want was to bounce off the hoop, so that's a pretty good shot from there. This actually, though, gives Aston the chance to get back into an onside position for the next hoop as well as getting into a runnable position for here. So there's the ball. Yeah, that's what he's done. So he's got two in front. So that reduces, well, apart from what will happen now, that reduces the need to jump.
I don't like it. So long ago. Not like there's any action at our hoop.
So here goes the blue. Look at that again, calm, measured stances. Looks like hitting with force, I think.
Yeah. The fact that we discussed, if you just walked up and played pink, I think I would
Yeah, nice shot. Yes, wasn't that a nice shot? Beautiful. Navigated 3 balls to get the one he wanted. That was really nice. You could feel the confidence in that shot as well, couldn't you, as you watched it? Yep, another clearance, so it's reset time. But he's still got the blue in a good position. Oh, yellow in a good position, sorry. So here we come with the black. Oh, we just jumped to 45 viewers, guys. We're doing something right. It does keep changing. Oh, 46, even better, thank you. Hoping to welcome you all back as the week progresses. Understand if you can't, leave messages if you want to. We'll do what we can to answer your messages. So again, that's the yellow move. So everything's moving, isn't it? This is a game of attrition now. And it's always good to see how they're not phased by it. They just work around the issue, if you like. Position. So lay it in beautifully.
Worse. I'd rather it was three. It is three.
Right.
It is
So he's laying up, so he's sort of protected. And then he's gone off to the other, to the south boundary to find his red ball and to bring it back. So blue is taking a strong but defensive position, so that he can't be cleared sensibly from there, and won't go very far. So that makes it quite difficult for the next shot for Aston. So we shall see where that is when the ball comes trundling in. Yes, just waiting for the double banked game to stop. So now hitting through them. There he goes. Yeah, that's 2 in front, and that's, ooh, that squeaked a halt, didn't it? Not too bad, but so Kamal was quickly onto that, wasn't he, with the black, just to really make it threatening. So Kamal's actually, if you look at that now, he's in quite a strong position in terms of controlling the hoop, but if Aston can get in the middle, it'll be quite a good shot. Let's see how that's worked. Sort of a nod and not. That's he's left it open, hasn't he? I think, as we look at it. Commentator curse coming up. Here we go.
Can't say it.
Confident shot. I think he was looking for a bit of an in-off there myself. And that does make it interesting, doesn't it? So is he just going to jaws it, do you think? I think so. That would be my anticipation of a shot. Yes, and that's rather nicely done. So Aston should be happy with that. With it plumb centre in the now. Kamal was high, wasn't he, before when he did a jump? So again we can just see good position, line up. You can see it from the static camera behind them. Here. Nice. It wasn't as oh, that was doubly unlucky, wasn't it? Wow. So Aston will just come back and put it into a position. Because you can see the red ball. So blue's way down on in the southwest corner. So we're going to see him getting back up in a minute. There it is. Well, not quite down, just nearly halfway down, past halfway. I'll work on that, guys. So again, this looks like a strong hit, I think, coming up. Have we got another angle on that? Okay. That's it, let's hold it there. That's it. Wow. That's nice. Right. So that, sorry, I've got distracted there, but I think that looked like it got declared. So there's false in. Oh no, he hasn't. He's going to try a jump, I think. Yeah, so that's it, isn't it? That. Right, so that's the first leg. We're just going to take a little. Are we going to stop for a moment, or we'll just leave you with to watch the game without commentary for a couple of minutes, if that's okay? And we'll see you shortly. Thank you very much for listening. Pat Coulter, we hope you stick with us, and we hope we've given you what you want. We're always looking to improve. We'll do what we can, and we look forward to seeing you shortly. Don't go away. Bye now. Well, hello everybody. We're back live. They're so keen. They've started without waiting for commentators. In this case, I'm delighted to be joined by very experienced, rounded player. Martin French is now chortling in the background, but he's here, and he's also a referee. So we've got a good so we've got a good insight. So here we've kicked off in the second game of 3, and Rather laid up nicely with the blue, and Aston has sort of placed the red in a quite a strong defensive position. Any thoughts, Martin?
A clearance ball.
A clearance ball, there we go.
Which is what you always call them when you overrun the hoop.
That's a good one. So where do you predict Mohammed will put this ball?
Deep.
Deep and quite far
Quite short.
back,
I think that's
short,
probably a bit
huh?
short, but it is
Yeah.
deep, straight enough.
And it's always interesting here. We've got Jack Good sticking his head around if I wanted to have a look and see how Aston's getting on. Very much the camaraderie around.
And Aston's hit blue, cleared it from in front of the hoop with
Right.
yellow.
So do you think the red was overly defensive then? In that current
You wouldn't want it to. You want it a bit past the hoop because you don't want blue to be inclined to clear it in the whole position or try and in off or anything.
Okay.
But if you're confident of hitting, it doesn't really matter
Absolutely,
when
absolutely.
you're going to clear with the other ball anyway.
Delighted to say the tea fairies appeared. Thank you, tea fairy.
I mean, it's an outcome I'm pleased with, obviously.
So it was interesting in the first game, Martin. They were quite cautious. So it wasn't a fast play. I always thought Aston was a fast player, but they're taking their time, being quite deliberate. Not just because it's double banked, but because they're choosing to. And I suppose it's the first game, quite tense, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first day of open singles. People don't want to make stupid errors and give games away.
And that was a lovely clearance, wasn't it? Hit it straight, and he wanted to hold a fairly tight position
Yes.
for the red, didn't he? in
But I
terms of the
think,
boundary.
well, he hit it so hard I wondered if he was trying to cut it further away.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's not too bad from there. Oh, they're chums. Right, that's a nice laid up. Right, yellow is sort of down on the west boundary, nearly at the centre level, so he's still got an angle on the black if he chooses to take it. Or would he be worried about the blue?
I think he would. But he's trying to take a position in front of black.
Yeah, he's been doing snuggles in the last game. He liked snuggling up quite a bit. Further out, by the way, but it was...
The lawns here are flat enough that you can
Take a
hope to
chance.
do that.
Yeah.
Went off basically
But he
level.
has left blue a free shot at the hoop from 3.5 yards.
Yeah.
Slight angle.
Which might make it better for these type of hoops. That's what we all say.
I find the difficulty is they can be unpredictable as to when they reject the ball and when they accept it.
Yeah.
And it rejected that one.
But he was slightly straight onto the left upright though, wasn't he?
So
I think he
that-
was slightly off. I don't think it was a proper... He was in the middle. So
Ooh. I was just wondering whether Aston was going to shoot at black or shoot at the hoop,
that looked like the hoop.
but he shot at. Well, it was very close to each other line, but he missed whatever it was.
Well, it looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see that, can't you? You must be able to
Yes,
see
I
that.
think yellow hasn't quite blocked black, so black's got a hoop shot from yard and a half.
Very interesting the Hunted style, because sometimes he's a bit more he's got more movement and more swing, but then he's really taking a measured approach here, isn't he?
He's run it nicely down the lawn. Probably run a bit far, I think. I can't see. I think he's gone off the boundary at the other end.
Really. Yeah. We always like keeping you on your toes, both commentators and the spectators, as where the ball has gone. It's difficult to follow that. Yeah, it's way down in the corner, isn't it?
Yes, it's gone beyond hoop 2 and not straight either. So Aston gets the first ball in front of 2, hopefully.
Red is offside. It's been sent over to that
right,
far
okay.
side. Remember
From his miss. Yeah.
He had that miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the others have gone down, put his ball on, recovered. That's safe people's legs, isn't it? Nice and
So
friendly.
where's he got yellow?
Can we see yellow? Yellow's down in front of the hoop.
Yes, he looks like about a yard in front of hoop and a bit angled.
Yeah,
quite
Martin
angled.
just stuck his head out the door. Left the microphone behind, I'm glad to say. I think it wasn't attached. We didn't. We might keep him there. There we go. So where are we? We've got yellow in front of the hoop. Red is in a decent enough position. Offset. Blue can get both, I think, if he wants to. It doesn't need to. And then we've got the black coming in from the left as we're looking at it.
Well, from behind the hoop.
Yeah.
Yes, from behind the hoop.
So again, another slightly different stance, but
It's a toe wiggling.
you don't,
Quite smooth stroke. Ooh. Well, he cleared yellow, but unfortunately that in turn cleared his blue.
yeah.
So at the moment it doesn't look like any of the 4 balls can run
yeah,
to
not comfortably. I think red could jaws it.
possibly.
It gets to be quite interesting. Lots of little movement around. I think as games are going through, because the best of 3, as I said earlier. Aston's just laying up, isn't he? Is that slightly to stop a jump? Or discourage?
Possibly. Or block a hoop shot.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell some of these camera angles.
Because with the length you could easily jump over red if you wanted to with blue.
Yeah.
To either hit yellow or to run the hoop. So. Might not even need to jump. Can you miss red? Hit yellow? Oh, he's
No,
had
it's
it
just,
red.
he just went for the
Interesting.
safety.
Obviously confident in clearing yellow with black.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
I could do my Pilates session while we're here.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, we find we're mentally fit and adjusted. Very good. That's the nice thing about Croquet Club, is that you should be, you pick up other activities. It's good. It's good for the membership. I think it's a separate provision there, but anyway, people enjoy using the facilities. Keeps us able to support the lawns in the way that we do. Now, what do you think this is? This looks like a hoop shot to me. Martin, what do you think? It's definitely not red.
Yes, well, He's certainly not pointing at red or yellow with his mallet, so
This is called commentator curve, by
presumably,
the way.
presumably it's because both red and yellow are in front and neither black or blue are close.
Yeah, that's it.
So you decide you might as well have a pop at the hoop.
And
No.
you could see a twist, couldn't you?
Yeah, you found the gap between yellow and hoop, which was quite a big gap.
It was, but it was, you could. Yeah, but the minute
Yeah.
you hit it, it had a
Yeah.
little twitch or twist,
And now the question is, did it go off before or after the halfway marker?
and that's why.
He was consulting Aston, and it looks like they've agreed it went off just short of halfway marker.
Yeah, and our technical director says that as well. So thank you, Andrew. We have eyes everywhere.
So 1-1.
As well, and the double bank pair have reappeared. They were being held up by some of the cross shots, etc. So we've now gone across to
3. One hopes.
I hope so. Yeah, my brain literally stopped when I thought I got a count. 3. And so where are we with the area? And the red is in the position. Is that far enough back, do you think?
It's a long way back, but you would think blue's there first, so we'll probably
Get it.
remove it.
And then black's in. Oh, that's
Black's
interesting.
rolled in.
He's been cautious
That's not
not to
bad.
block the,
Yeah.
not to block it.
Yellow's now coming across, having run hoop 2.
Yeah, and yellow is across. And not, we're into
Ooh.
couple time again.
Yeah.
So that, and that looks like a runnable black, doesn't it, from this particular angle?
Well,
I mean,
at the
obviously-
moment, red, black, and yellow all look in a runnable position.
Yeah.
And blue isn't, but will presumably clear red to the boundary.
With a cut,
Cut
do
it
you
along.
think?
Well, you would
Or
hope
a
so.
straight?
Even a small cut would make a difference.
Yeah, you want it to the right as we're looking at the picture, don't you?
Yes, you want red to shoot further to our right on the picture.
And there's feet going again.
You have to wiggle your toes before you hit the ball. Oh, he missed it. Wow.
Yeah.
Presumably he was trying to cut it because he
Yeah.
missed it by nothing on the side he would have been cutting it.
Yeah, you got the camera post though. Yeah. We're still oscillating here.
So now is red going to go at the hoop, or is red going to try and surgically remove black without disturbing his yellow? It looks like he's going for the hoop.
It is risky.
Because the danger of trying to clear black is you will
Leave it there.
you'll disturb your yellow as well. Oh,
Yeah,
just
that went through.
trivially ran the hoop and run it right down to
What do we
about 3 yards in front of hoop 4 and
What do we
pretty
know?
straight.
Good shot. Good ball. That's good. Yeah, that looks quite reasonably central as well, isn't
Yeah,
it? That
it
looks
looks quite
long,
straight.
does it? Is that deliberately
Yes.
long?
Yeah, black has run a yard and just over a yard past hoop 4.
I mean, these lawns aren't running as hard as some, or fast as some we've played on recently. So we need to be able to judge the weight better.
The nice thing here is the lawns are quite consistent,
Yeah.
so it's easier to move from one lawn to another. So.
Martin Ivan's wincing. We know what we're talking about in code here. no names. Fast, bloody fast, and exceptionally bloody fast. Inconsistently. Right, here we go. So the blue is coming from the north boundary, and you must be looking at that again. Looks quite. Don't know. That's nice. Right. And he stayed out, hasn't he? Deliberately.
Yeah, yes, he hasn't gone too
He
close.
stayed
to
out,
the
so he
yellow.
didn't want to be giving an easy shot. And that's again looks like a hoop shot to me. What do you think?
Well, arguably, there's no point in not taking a hoop shot for Aston here.
No, he took
Oh
the
no, he
black
cleared
away.
it. Oh right, okay.
So he took the black away that was behind. Well, I haven't thought of that one.
Well, from our angle, it was hard to tell whether he was aiming at the hoop or the black because they were very close to each other.
So you've been doing some refereeing
A little bit,
here
yes.
already?
Not much cool, and a lot of the players are refs, and everyone seems to know the rules pretty well. So
Gosh, my
at this
goodness.
level, so
My goodness.
which is what you hope.
And the black came back and
It's
cleared
just
yellow.
yellow. Well, it hasn't really cleared as it's moved. Both black and yellow have ended about 4 yards from the
So what was he trying to do there? Was he trying to hold black in a position while moving yellow to in a
Possibly.
different angle, perhaps?
Might have
Like
done.
reverse the position they are on.
But I think yellow's got a hoop shot here. Because there's no point taking position with with
Because
blue
of the
right
blue
next
just
to
there.
him. Yeah, did that run, or did he miss
No,
them altogether?
that missed, didn't it?
Mm.
In fact, it looked like it well missed.
Yeah. While you were talking about lawn consistency,
Yes.
I remember playing here in the mid-80s, 86 or 7, and lawns 5 and 6 used to have quite a noticeable dip when you got
Right.
north of hoops
Okay,
2 and
yeah.
3. And it was extremely dry and hot, and they hadn't been allowed to water. And we were playing AC. I think it was either the Spencer L or the Chairman's. And if you approach, say, hoop 1 back up slope, it would roll back and end up behind you.
Right. So Aston, do you think he's going to be? Yeah, he's going for blue.
So he's cleared well. He's pushed it to a side, but he's lost the cue ball. Red's beyond the halfway mark
Yeah.
down the sideline.
Cue ball in snooker terms, there we go.
There's a lot of similarity.
There is, isn't there?
Ooh,
Do you think he was
black's a
trying-
bit far.
Do you think he was trying to do something with blue?
Well, I don't know. He missed it on the side you'd want to nudge, on the side other than the side you'd want to
I know.
nudge it on.
It was an odd shot.
So I think
wasn't it?
maybe he was just trying to get very close to a hoop with black and failed it.
Yeah, but if he was, that yellow's in a nice position. Had black been, well, I suppose. You can always say now that the balls are in that position, it's changed.
Yes.
Now,
So will Mohammed have a hoop shot instead?
yeah,
Because there's no point taking a close position with yellow there.
that's rather nice.
He tried to dribble into jaws. It hit the wire, but I think it might have moved to one side.
It
Yes,
has.
it's just slightly.
Nice camera shot there. We can
Yeah.
see it quite clearly,
Yeah.
can't we?
So black and blue are both very close to the hoop, but both not in runnable positions or jawsable positions, we think.
But he doesn't want. He's going to clear, is he?
Aston's just cleared blue, which is the one nearer to the hoop.
So we're starting to see a bit of movement around the lawns where the best of 3 games, some of them are finishing, so
Yeah.
people are winning 2-0. So do use croquet scores, please, to keep in touch with what's going on. And it's always useful to do that. Gives us an idea. We will have them open in front of us as much as we can. They'll be entered in as quickly as we can. We've got a team doing that as well. Outside of the commentary team and technical team.
I think Mohammed has just played black to behind the hoop to a position hoping that blue can rush it in front later. I can't think why else he would have deliberately played.
A lesser promotion if he thought that the ball was going to be run. Or if asked him.
But there isn't a ball ready to run hoop at the moment.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
think of a logical reason for doing it.
But I think because of yellow's prior position, he couldn't just put
Yes.
black in front of a hoop.
Sorry.
It would get smashed away, so he's trying to... Interesting alternative. So now he's going to try and rush black in front of a hoop where it will be, where if he's right, it will be wired from red on the boundary. That's his
Okay, now we
intention.
can see that from this
Yeah,
angle
very
quite
good angle.
clearly.
Will he get the wire?
That's the question.
It's under hit it.
He's
Oh,
possibly
but he's
away
got
with
blue. He's got blue blocking it. That's very good.
Sorry, technical self got away with it. That wasn't his plan, was it?
I didn't think so. I thought he was trying to cut black directly and be on the hoop. But maybe he was always trying to play that. He's left himself quite an angled.
Yeah, tricky, isn't it? Does Aston just go for position maybe?
No, I think he'll be trying to hit it, won't he? Hoping to hit blue straight enough to hit it onto black, I would think. Always dicey though, they're about 4 foot apart. Oh, he's tried to... Oh, right, I think he tried to jump blue to hit black.
Yeah, that was a clever move, wasn't it?
He was offline and hit the hoop instead.
That's quite good with the black, isn't it? It's got a nice length.
Yeah. Mohammed's gone down the other end of the lawn to put red back on. So he's now walking back into play black.
So he's got to go for this, isn't he?
Well, he's achieved what he wanted. He's ended up
Absolutely.
with a short hoop shot.
Yeah, yeah. The other camera angle didn't show it as well as the distance. How good as black that is. Yeah, that's nice to all.
He obviously didn't fancy a short shot to hoop 5 because he smashed it through the hoop to the boundary.
Yeah. Well, I suppose he didn't necessarily want to get in the way of blue, wasn't
That's,
it, as well?
that's a good point, yes. Aston's a little long on his first ball to hoop
Was he
5.
worried because blue's quite shallow, isn't it?
He didn't look very pleased with the shot though when as he walks away.
I think we're going to become experts in body language by the end of these 4 days because you can actually see it.
You can see it written on players'
yeah.
faces and their yes.
But the interesting thing is you can see people reacting and then parking it. They've moved on from it straight away, which is, important, isn't it?
Yeah, you can only change the future. So red's come in from the north boundary, it's a bit deep.
Was he deliberately going there rather than in front of blue, do you think?
Pass.
Well, I understand, because if he's in front of blue, he's giving blue a target, whereas here...
Yeah, and he's put it so close to blue, he's just fed some ammunition to blue to play a stop shot. So you have to assume he's overhit red. Looks like yellow's got a angled but possible hoop.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't
It's
it?
not in the jaws, but it's right in front of the jaws, I think.
Yeah, but that angle for the black is, without jumping, you could get that, do you think?
I think he would. I would have thought black would probably try jumping
He's
from there
going for
anyway.
blue, though.
Blue is clearing red
Yeah.
with a stop
And
shot.
then that's
Yeah.
nicely done.
I thought he'd play that to move blue closer to the hoop. But he hit it dead straight, so
Yeah.
blue is pretty much where it was. God, it's very easy when you're watching rather than having to do it yourself,
It is,
isn't
isn't it? It is. It's also quite tricky sometimes to predict. And I mean, because of the choices that they're making. Not talking about misses or anything like that. Yes, and
Red's
that's,
just shot in
excellent.
from the boundary and cleared black. So that takes away any risk of a jump of yellow. So black's now got a 15-yard shot.
And no hesitation.
Going
Giving
towards
up
the
there.
halfway line. Yeah.
Always going in behind.
No, well,
Is
maybe it is. Maybe
runnable?
it's not straight. I assumed yellow was runnable.
We have a telescope here.
Yeah, it looks runnable, look.
Yeah,
Yep.
clean, nice and clean. Wasn't
And
it?
he's run it up to 2 yards short of
Yeah, which
6.
is good. Okay. So how are we doing? We're doing well. We're still on 45 viewers, Martin.
We haven't put them off yet.
46. You are obviously the big draw. Just asking our viewers what's the sound like, just to make sure we're getting the sound. We're not, separate issue is the content, but we'll work around that. So again, we got nicely laid up in front, but every ball is vulnerable, isn't it? Here?
Yes. They're both really good shots, so this is only a 12-yarder for black if he's going to shoot at yellow rather than take a position. I assume he'd be shooting at yellow. Oh, missed.
Yes, you're right. That was the ball he was going for. You can see it on the camera. But he did everything right in terms of taking it calmly, slowly. Hey, we've passed 50 viewers. We can relax. We've met our target. We'll have to keep Martin here forever.
Well, I'm meant to be refereeing down the other end of the lawn.
All right. So Ashton just cleared blue away, holding both balls in position in doing so. That was quite clever.
Is yellow a bit too much to the right of the hoop though?
Can't see
Red
from
looks
this
like it's
angle.
runnable.
Yeah, blue's coming in.
Yeah, yellow is out of position for
Yeah.
running, but red can run the hoop.
Yeah, looks like he's going for it as well, I think. Yeah.
On the hoop.
Nice and clean.
Putting the clip on. So I think that's...
3-2. And we got
No, that's hoop 6, so it must be
4-2.
4-2 presumably.
Yes, it is.
Kamal's,
And it's offside,
Mohammed's
so
black
you
ball is
sent it
offside, yeah.
To the other side. I just see our Google Sheet hasn't clicked up yet, so we're trying to make sure you, at a glance, can see the correct score. So just make sure it's corrected or updated. So that's coming across. We need to be on the other camera. Can't see the hoop. That's better. I can see it now.
Oh, black's very short.
It is short, isn't it? And red's, well, red's where it is, but that's actually...
Well, red's quite good for clearing black.
Absolutely.
Yellow's in a good position. So Mohammed will presumably be shooting at yellow in case black isn't there anymore in a moment. Or is he going to clear black to the boundary so it's got a shorter shot at yellow?
No?
No, he shot at yellow but missed.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
So this should be... I was going
Well,
to say should be black, but he's not.
I think he
Maybe.
decided to put a second ball in.
Yeah. Just far enough away.
Yeah. So red and yellow in front of the hoop. Black not very far away from one side, blue in the corner on the other
That's
side.
good, isn't it?
He's rather relying on his opponent missing 2 shots.
I was a bit worried.
So we're starting to see other scores appearing now on Croquet School if people want to keep up to date with the blocks. There are 4 blocks of 8. Oh, 4 8s equal 32. There we are, field of 32. Very strong players. Multinationals as well, so it's a good field, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I think, I haven't looked at the stats, but it seems to me it gets stronger every year.
So we've been having a bit of a reset here, haven't we, with this hoop. So the Aston's back in front with his red and his yellow. He just roll the yellow in.
Yellow, blue rather, has still got the shot from the corner to try and clear red.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a
Big
you
shot.
must hit this unless red's going to have a free shot at the hoop. Oh, he's dribbled it and missed by quite a bit.
Yeah. And you would expect Aston to take the shot?
There's no reason not to. Because black's very close to yellow anyway,
Okay.
so.
Ooh.
Gave it a good clump, but it only went through by a couple of inches.
And that's the characteristic of these hoops, again,
Yes,
isn't it?
yeah.
If you catch it wrong, they kill it. Even if you have topspin and everything on it.
Yeah, unpredictable.
But at least he's square and he hasn't sort of hampered himself. The black is being laid up and it's about 3 foot short, if that. 2 foot maybe. 2 foot short of the hoop, straight on.
Yeah, and the lucky thing for Aston is that red's gone through by sufficiently little that he should be able to get a proper hit on it all the way down the lawn if he wants.
Oh! And that was the yellow from the far end, near hitting the right side, right upright.
Well,
that was close, and then it went round.
I suspect he may have had a double target with black and hoop. They're so close to line, and it hit
And I
the
think
hoop.
black's, the blue's been put down, I think, in a way to try and cover the red, because the red's sitting dead centre in the hoop,
Yeah,
so it should be able to be punched down straight. So we can see. Yeah, they're going to. Is it are they refereeing, or is it a? Oh, it's because
Whack
it's
the
in the
hoop in.
jaws at the top. So he's looking
Oh,
for
right.
to make sure there's no foul.
to make sure it's hit cleanly.
Clean shot, yeah.
It's a shot that requires special care because of the proximity of a hoop.
Exactly, that's the technical word, yeah.
So Francis Coleman, the tournament referee, is marking the position of red, removing the clips. So Aston's now got the shot. Ooh. He doesn't take long, does he, Aston, to get ready for a shot? Well, black's going to have this hoop, I think. That brings Mohammed back to within 2 hoops of Aston. Now 5-3.
Just had a comment on the chat saying how nice it is to have 2 people playing. Talking. Thanks guys. I'll keep quiet. But actually, joking about, we just had a bit of silence there for a moment, just to give you the alternative option, which is no commentary. No, but seriously, we're happy to do it, whichever is the best way, isn't it? But yes, this is now getting to be quite a tense game, and it has all the signs are going to cider, hasn't it?
Well, I don't know. And Aston won the first game, and he's 5-3 up, and he's got the first ball at the next hoop, hoop 8. Looks like a decent ball there.
Yeah.
Slightly angled, but close enough.
Okay, fair enough. I was thinking that Mohammed's starting to hit more cleanly, I thought. But,
We missed a couple of opportunities, I thought, round hoop 7.
yeah, you're right, actually. So the Lionel Tibble game has finished. I don't know what that means in terms of. The second game has finished. I don't know what that meant in terms of result. Is it going to a best of three? We'll find out.
And also, I like Francis's pink mallet.
Yeah,
It's good to
Chris
have a
Roberts.
thorn mallet in your own colour, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that was Chris Roberts told me he got it.
Oh,
It was
very good.
amusing, because
Very
he's
good.
always wearing pink. so
Yes.
it's logical.
Yeah.
And it also means he doesn't get whipped. Doesn't it? So Aston's got a shot with yellow here, which looks quite a decent shot.
Yes,
isn't
it's
it?
a bit angled, but it's only about
That's
4
a nice
foot.
angle. Thank you, cameraman. Really good.
Oh,
There we are.
back to where he started.
And that's that characteristic of
Yeah.
get it right, it comes straight. It doesn't spin off, does it?
You want to referee?
Referee, Francis. Sorry,
I was nearly out my chair.
The commentator can see the referee standing outside. It was actually in the different direction.
They're rubbish, aren't
Our
they?
players who wanted a referee. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't deafen you all.
It looks like Lionel and Jamie have finished, unless they're
Yes.
just coming in for a break.
Well, I'm not sure. That's what I was saying. I wasn't sure either. And you can't tell with Lionel, can you? He's so laid back. Fine Tibble.
Yes.
So here we go. Do you think that blue looks like it's got a straight shot?
Yes,
doesn't
and
it?
with red and yellow both in potentially hoopable positions, blue will surely be going for the hoop.
Yes.
No, that rejected as well.
Yeah. On the other side as well, because Aston was on the, as we're looking at the right side, and that was on the left. Here we go. So
now
the law of logic, this is in the middle, isn't it?
What's
But he
logic got to do with croquet? He's
Oh, got
dribbled
away
it,
with that.
but he caught the near wire, but it's rolled an inch or two, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much in front of the hoop,
Yeah,
which is a
but
good
that-
result.
Yeah, that was a surprise how it gave on that.
I suspect black on the boundary can still see
Yeah.
half or more of
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, because it actually pushed red back out a
It's
bit,
come
didn't
out
it?
a
Rather
little.
than roll it round,
Yeah.
which an ordinary hoop would have rolled it round a bit
To be
more.
more receptive.
Yeah, absolutely. So nice line in there. I used to get yellow, do you think, or red?
So you might not be bothered. Oh, we hit the upright instead and hit neither of them.
So, what
we'll-
would you do here? Would you move
Well,
blue?
Yes, so yellow has the choice here, I guess, of jumping red or
No.
clearing blue.
There we go.
And-
Decision made.
Yeah, and you didn't want to jump red because then red would be behind the hoop if you ran it.
Absolutely. So,
And he's
That's a
cut
nice
it
cut.
beautifully
That's-
into the corner, into the
Exactly.
furthest corner on the
oh,
south
and
boundary.
it has gone for a holiday on court Lawn 6.
Very good cut from Aston there.
Probably disrupted all our cable. That was a lovely shot, wasn't it?
That was, yeah, beautifully played, quickly played, smooth.
And yellow's probably in a decent position to run down. He's not going to be hampered by anything to get to the next hoop. To hoop 10. It's up here on the
Oh yes,
it's up on the south
boundary.
southbound. Glad you said north there because I'm getting them muddled up in my mind. There's the feet movement.
You have to do that, and you have to turn your toes in too. I learned that from John Walters in about 1980. John was world champion, AC
Right.
champion in 1991, I think. He always stood pigeon toe.
That looked a bit
That's
off.
a foot off. That's quite a poor miss at this standard.
Yeah, you could see the wobble again, couldn't you?
Yeah. So Aston's approaching red to run hoop 9. Got a bit of an angle on it, but he should.
So we've got the players coming back. They're just outside our commentary booth. We just shut the door over a bit because I wanted you to hear the yoga noise.
Red has run slightly too far for hoop 10. It was a good distance if it was straight, but it's slightly to the side. So Aston's now 6-3 up. So Mohammed will have to turn this over if it's going to go to 3 games.
Yeah. You called that right when I was being thinking it was getting closer, but yeah.
It's good to be lucky.
Well, you never know. Here we go. Is that a laying up shot? I think the weight is laying. It's not going for the hoop. So is he trying
He's
to
holding back quite far. I think he's put it black in a position where it will prevent red from taking a better position, because black would be able to clear it. Yellow's gone up to about 3 yards straight on the hoop, I think.
Yeah.
And blue's played
Slightly
in as
behind
well.
black as well. So if black has to go for it, has to play away. Blue's again looking to be guarded by.
So the question is, can red get into the jaws?
I
I
think he's
don't
gonna go for
think
black.
it can. So he'll
Looks like a black shot to me.
clear black and then hope yellow can run the hoop.
Yes. And in an ideal world, have
Oh, he cleared blue, not black. So he's left black a free shot of the hoop. I suppose he saw blue as more of a threat, more of a real threat.
yes, because it would have been Mohammed would have done something clever with the yellow or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he?
I hope you're all following these Pilates instructions in your
we are.
homes.
We're better for it. We're zenned out. Just seeing Sam. This looks a good shot. Though. I'll come back.
Oh!
No, is that?
Hit too much to the right hand upright and
Yeah.
rejected.
Yeah.
So Aston's now got a chance for the match
Yeah.
of a 3 yard, fairly straight hoop shot.
With a nice red behind him as well, straight on, hasn't he? So he's nothing to lose if he gets going for this. Yes,
Oh, he's done
and
it.
It's done it.
Hit
Well
it
done.
hard, obviously wasn't clean because it hit the wires then spun through.
So that completes that. So
Yes.
it's 7-3, 7-ball, 7-3 to Aston. So that's through to the first game of the block. We'll be picking up some more games on Law 7 shortly, and we will keep you posted. I've seen a very confident Sam Cuthbert standing outside the window, who he might stick his head round the door if you ask him, Jane, and who played brilliantly yesterday. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Sam Cuthbert's just popped into, Martin French.
Yes. Hello.
How have you got on in your vlog?
Yeah, good start to the day. A 7-0, 7-4 win to start the tournament, which
Yeah,
is
okay.
always a nice one.
Okay, well, we're just about to take a break, but I saw you there, and I saw you won, and you had a magnificent day yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, really enjoyable day.
I'm going to see if I can tease him a bit, but there's some really stonking shots, weren't there?
Yeah, thank you. No, just really an enjoyable time playing with Gary, going in as 6th seeds,
Yeah.
making it to the final, I think.
Yeah,
The pressure was just off us and we could
Thank you,
enjoy ourselves,
Yeah,
basically.
good. And we got some viewers in Australia who are really thrilled, so you won't want to hear what they're saying, will you?
Oh, I know that there were some of my friends in the chat yesterday, and they congratulated me.
Well, they are, but there's some people are saying they want Aussies to win, though. And
Yes, yeah. I mean, Aussies seem to have a good record coming over here. Rob Fletcher won it in 2023 when he came over, playing with Dominic Nuns.
Right.
So it seems like having an Aussie in your doubles pairing seems to be the way to
Well,
go,
now
to
you
go and win
know.
it.
Now you know. So we should watch you for next year then. And it just
Well, fingers crossed that Gary will be over again, but if not, I'll be looking for another doubles partner basically.
another Aussie maybe.
Fingers crossed. Who
Well, the
knows?
best of luck. Thanks for popping in here. So we just sort of we're going to go leave the screen up, and we'll catch up with the viewers shortly. And thank you very much for popping in.
Cheers.
Cheers, Sam.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're back live. In fact, we're chasing the players around at the moment. They came back, dived in, got started and stuck in. They've already run the first two. Get the scores for you in a minute. And it's Ewan Burridge against Guy Scurfield. Both top players, so let's hope we bring you an enjoyable game. At the moment it's just me on my own, so I hope you are okay with that, and we'll bring you all the players as they can. Lots of muttering about lunch and everything like that. Sun is glorious at the moment, and there we go. And the score is Guy is 1 up, and obviously plays with a wrist support. I must have talked to him about that. That's what he normally does. And that was a very nice casual approach by Ewan, sort of nice and measured, knew exactly what he was doing. 1-1, sorry, it's now 1-1. So it's now 1-1. Thank you. My directing team are directing it very effectively. Without them we couldn't do this job, by the way, so a big shout out to them. Thank you. Apart from nagging me, but we'll ignore that. Right, here we go. We're now looking at Guy slightly at an angle. Ewan's well back, also at an angle, but oh, now that's a challenging shot, isn't it? Now, it'll be interesting to see how Ewan approaches this. Will it be? Yes, he's going straight for it. Lovely swing, isn't it? Oh. Ewan's his biggest critic, really, because every time he does a shot, he looks to the side, and he's a top player. Those who were with us earlier noticed that snuggling does seem to be a shot option around these days. Right, here we go with yellow. No. That was a beautiful jump, wasn't it? Shame it missed, but yeah, slightly off to the side, but he won't mind that. Getting 2 up on Ewan is a good start to any game, as you can imagine. He's trying to slow it down with his hand. Yellow was already offside, so he's just collecting it. That was what the hand signal was to Guy. Where did he want the yellow to be? So the clouds are starting to come over quite high, so the sun is breaking through, but it does make it a little bit cooler for the players at the moment. Two, 1, and the red is in the jaws. Not striding around, oh my goodness, jogging around now. So Ewan is presumably very confident that he's got a... Well, he's checked the red. The red can run clearly.
And here we go. So this is an interesting game, isn't it? Particularly with a quiet commentator. So a hampered stance there to get across, but yellow is in a very strong position. Red is hampered by the jaws, so he's having to go to a slightly prudent position. Just out of the way, decent angle, can go either way. Oh, that was the wire, wasn't it? That was very close.
No, but I don't quite know how I got past yellow.
He had the choice of both, didn't he, really?
Didn't hit
But
it.
I think he wanted to make sure. So here we go with Ewan. Should run this comfortably, you'd have thought. Yes. So that worked well. Didn't go that far down, but I mean, getting the hoop was the critical thing. Red's in a good place to be able to run down to hoop 6 and get a position that's quite threatening. The guy likes going close into that hoop, doesn't he? But just ran on a bit too far, perhaps. Yep, that was a good shot, wasn't it? Getting rid of that blue. So the blue's going to be coming back in from the north boundary. Presumably you would expect him to be taking on that red. So it is quite a tough shot. That slipped by. Here we go. 3-all.
That's onside, thank you.
So obviously, guy's offside on his next ball, the blue. So you've been pushed over to the other boundary. Back's playing across nicely. Right, okay, so that's vulnerable to both yellow and so he's going for a position on the basis that he's behind it, which is a good defensive position, and he's assuming that the red will be able to take it out when he gets his shot. There it comes in. That's another nice shot. That's protecting the black from red. I'm not sure you can see it. We should find out with this shot. Oh, and he got both. What a nice double hit. You'd be very happy with that. And you can see here in his body language, he's gone over to join is that Callum watching the adjoining match. Right, here we have for you, and I would have thought that yellow looks good, so hence the what we're seeing with the black. Oh. Right, nicely done. So Ewens is looking to start to take control here, it feels. The momentum seems to be swinging his way, but it's best of 3 this game, as you know. A lot can happen in that time. 4-3, nice layout, short, but far enough out to have a nice firm strike. So red's gone nicely in. Going to pose a challenge. Let's see where this black ball is going. It's coming nicely through. It's going to go past. Yeah, I can't see if that's covered. Obviously yellow can see it. Oh, so no, went for the blue. And he's got the wrong angle. Yes, that was nicely cued, wasn't it? Because he had a straight shot with the red. So this will be about repositioning, and we can maybe get all the balls back on the wall or in view. He doesn't hang around, does he? That was nice to see, but seems to be quite long. That seems to be deliberate. He's assuming that black can't get into a very strong position in terms of the hoop, even possibly not even into the jaws. But he takes that in very quickly, doesn't he? So guy's having a... He's decided to push it further out and accept that it may not be there anymore. Ewan's not hanging about, is he? He's zooming around, whacking getting the ball in. A lot of confidence on his distance shots. Now, did that move the black out a little bit? I think it did. So now that black should be disappearing, coming over towards us maybe. No, the other way. That's not ideal in terms of... That would have put the black ball into an onside position for the next hoop. Hoop 8. He's come back in. Yeah, very comfortable, isn't it? So good positioning all the time is what we see from Ewan, and then obviously good striking of the ball. So what is Guy doing here? For a moment I thought he might be taking on the risky option of a promotion, but instead he's trying to put a weighted shot in so that it can actually hide. Yeah, so he can actually hide, but I think he isn't hidden. Yeah, and that's a lovely clearance, isn't it? So we've got a gathering of players outside waiting to see where they're moving on to play, which lawns they're going to be using. It's got a nice weight, rolling the black across so that it's reasonably Oh, it's a bit short, isn't it? It's slightly nice angle, but short. Another sort of 6 inches would have been perfect, I would have imagined. So the yellow is coming in to provide a. Now here, the school of thought which says you've got nothing to lose by going for it, because Ewan's bound to go for it in terms of the hoop. So if we could zoom in a bit, perhaps on it. That's better, thank you. That's a nice shot. So we can see the challenge. I think he's going for the hoop. I would imagine that's the shot. Oh, that was unlucky. Again, it's these Budleigh hoops. They just don't help you roll round them or anything like that. They are quite. Ewan's trying to see what's happening on the other lawn. I could tell you, Ewan, nothing. There's no players out there just yet. So that's dice. So that was a good shot because black had no shot, so he's hedging the bets. I know yellow will come straight back in, but even I find it difficult to see that red will be able to run from there, I should say. So Ewan didn't like that black sitting there, so that's fairly good. So here we are. We're just no one wants to give the other better position. Quite tense at the moment, isn't it? Even though Ewan's up 5-3, it's still tense. So neither want to give anything away. Another nice shot. Percentages here. So that's another considered move. Get rid of your opponent, leave yourself a good option shot. Where's the blue ball coming from? Coming zoom. He went with a power play. Couldn't see the shot there, so he's a bit blindsided on that. So Ewan's pushed that down. Can't see where it's got to. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? It's slightly off to the right, but that holds a good position. We're just moving the camera around a bit to try and cover the angles. That's better, thank you. Nice style, isn't it? Not many swings either. It's always interesting the number of swings that we're seeing these days. Yeah, that's not bad. He may very well have hampered red from getting to black, though I would imagine that's doable. What's happening here then? And the yellow, well, it's a clear shot now, isn't it? Oh, that was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? Will make it quite interesting. Well, the guy was not expecting that to die there, so Ewan's red is in quite a fortunate position. I can imagine the black's not going to be there for long. I got away with that because it could easily have moved the red. So go deep, which will force you into, because black's been held in a decent position. Yep. It's all about resetting here, isn't it? And watching lovely action, isn't it? That's a good one. And that's slightly, I think, it's a very cute angle. It looks like it's covered. Moving that over. Ooh. They're not touching, which is something, so be interesting to see what Guy does here. Oh, see the slight. Yes, that's confused things, isn't it? Oh, that was a nice attempt to jump, hit the top left upright, almost on the crossbar. If that had been central, that would have gone in, or at least dropped into the jaws. That was a lovely try. And what have we got here? Just a little tap, do you think? Tap and a stop. Perfect. And all the required distance rules stuff, 8 times. It was a lovely shot. You've seen some classy shots here, like that. He was looking quite relaxed. He's watching the other game, so it's so red's on the north boundary, I think. That's yellow on the east boundary rather. Yeah. So what's he doing? Is he just rolling in? Imagine he is. Yep, that looked okay, doesn't it? Nice short, possibly hidden from red, and red obviously then focused on the black. So this is the question of how good can he be in terms of either protecting blue or protecting the hoop, or just holding a position to be able to run it. No, it's just going for a holding position, I think. No, it's not a block. I've lost Martin French. He's gone off to do some refereeing duties. I'll try and grab him a bit later on, maybe for the next game. Ewan's just missed that, so this is quite an opportunity. I've checked where the balls are. Even waving it in disgust at stuff. Right? That was a lovely shot, wasn't it? That's how you take one of these hoops. That was an important hoop. It's Ewan came in, he wasn't offside because he got pushed there. He came off his opponent ball, so that's good. Guy's got a challenge here, hasn't he? Because of where the yellow is, I suspect that does mean he's going to have to take the red out. just to respond to Julian Anacom. Yes, Budleigh's looking good, and we've got 3 more days after today of top quality croquet to watch. So if you can get here, great. If you can't, come to the live stream. That's later. And you'll have some players commenting as well as myself, so it'll be as enjoyable as we can make it for you. Of course, depending on the players, but we know they'll be entertaining. Now, what was that all about? Is that the... I just felt unsettled. So we now reset, switch off, turn on, reset. So presumably it was the opponent balls crossing. So this is for the 1-0. So that's that. That was a relatively quick game, wasn't it? Quite enjoyable. Ewan was on good form there. Guy started well, but I think it just sort of tailed off a little bit with Ewan gaining control. So we shall see. I'm not 100% clear if the players will take a quick drink break. We shall wait and see. But in the meantime, you can see the other game is underway. Do we know who that is? It's Steve Leonard, and it looks a bit like Jack Good, doesn't it? That's all. I can know it's Jack Good now. I can see him jogging across.
Yeah.
It's
It's a bit stupid to come on here when we've got at least one more game.
So I don't know. Oh, Ewan's just going to put these. I've got the first game on, and they're going to have a break. It looks like for a couple of minutes. So what should we do? We'll play some music. We'll just take a break. We'll leave you a live feed so you can keep watching, get an idea around, or we could just do a quick pan around and show you the grounds. Could we do that? It's always nice to show off Budleigh. Someone was jealous earlier. Well, let's try and make you really jealous. And we have a total of 12 lawns. As you can see, we are slowly opening up. In the far distance, as it's emerging, kind of in the centre of that low-level brown building, is our lawnside apartments, which we use for rent, which was often mainly by croquet players. And now we have all our other lawns, and there's the sea over on the right-hand side. And we're delighted to have good quality lawns with a little area on the very right there for jumping practice for our members. So it's got a tradition, the club, from over 100, nearly 150 years of being both tennis club, bowls clubs, but now 100% croquet club. Plus Pilates, for those of you who were here earlier, we also have that behind us in the background. My ears have stopped ringing, hope yours have too. So anyway, those are our lawns. They're all pretty, well, they're all very good, but they have different characteristics. I'm going to say pretty much the same. Players enjoy playing on them. They're not without challenges, and add quadway hoops and it becomes very tight. They're running well today so far. Anyway, we'll leave you with that, and we'll just take a little break and leave you with it on screen now. See you later. Bye now.
Hello everybody, we're just restarting. Guys just teed off, and although the camera hasn't got it, the blue is now sitting nicely about 1.5 yards out from hoop 1. I hope to have Martin French join me in a minute. He's refereeing us, providing referee cover for while the tournament referees are having their lunch, which is nice. I'm munching as well, so apologies for the noise. Oh yeah. I did notice it just a moment ago. Guy is now gone into the barefoot mode, which he does like doing that. So he plays us an awful lot. Let's just hope no ball goes zooming towards him. Anyway, he's one down, and in terms of that, Ewan just really went for that blue, didn't he? Did you see it whistle through? Nice shot. Glad I wasn't behind it. But we shall see. Yeah, Guy does this barefoot stuff quite regularly. It's quite entertaining. So he's got a chance to go one up. So we shall see. That's my pen going down on the table. I think he's worried. That was a nice shot, very firm. He was just determined to get down there as well. Chance of getting the position of the red if it was in any nearer. And here's Guy coming down with his shot. Ewan's chatting to one side. I don't know what that's all about. And getting his water bottle. So Guy's is down on the blue on the boundary with the blue coming up. That's quite nice, isn't it? That sort of clutters up the space nicely. I suppose that is a technical term, but it does make it. So you're just going to go for the simple option.
Yeah, okay.
Just comfortable in terms of force, but it meant that the red was held, so he's in a very strong position here. And that was very close. Now you imagine that Ewan's got a shot on there, because it doesn't look like, but he's going. Oh, there you go. You got that wrong, didn't I? I thought he had a shot, but he clearly is going for prudence.
You mind if I play?
Yeah, please do.
Came off directly on the peg. But the secondary game is obviously in the way behind, which is why they're just waiting.
Good guy.
So is it so here he comes now in from the
So again, it's a position that he's going for. Looking to be hidden from yellow. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Maybe he's not hidden from yellow, and Ewing's just taking the view of getting the red in. No, yellow can see blue, I think. So it'll be interesting to see how he moves it on from there. So Guy probably has to get rid of that red if he can. It's a long way. He's up in the top corner. There we go. Coming in nicely. But yeah. A bit short, unfortunately. This is gone, I think.
Same distance the other side, it'd been beautiful. Ping, ping!
Like that's a pretty straightforward shot, wasn't it? It makes it look so easy. Good positioning, covered the angles, go for a rotation, run the hoop. So that's nicely balanced as an approach, that's good. So what have we got now? Again, Guy rolling across nicely. Across the hoop 2. 1-1, and that's a good position. Yellow's coming in nicely as it just sliding past. Red is over here. Well, Guy's going to have to sort of protect, I think. So he's gone short to make it difficult for Ewan to get black, really. Black, if he gets moved, only goes to that short boundary, unless Ewan puts a fancy cut in it. Is it possible? There you go. I think that was pretty straight though, wasn't that? So at least that's the best of that he could do. He had to move it. Emerging from the long grass, brush his feet off, and here he comes with his shot. Again, this looks like a must-do, doesn't it? Yeah, that was very close. Glad to have. Oh, we had 50 people watching a minute ago. I just took one look at it and the numbers, and we're down to 49. Anyway. Ewan comfortably runs that again, and look at that distance. That's pretty good. It's only just halfway though, is it? I'm just trying to look at it from the camera angle. Yes, it's short of halfway, so you won't be wildly enthusiastic about that shot, but it's nice and central. The guy will try and slide down past it into the middle. That's pretty good. He's about, what, 2-3 foot out? Slightly off centre, so the hoop is over. Ewing was quickly onto that, wasn't he? And he's put red into a very nice position. So he has complete confidence that his yellow will be getting rid of that blue ball, I think. And that's quite nice. eye, so it's sort of all getting Ewan's eye, but at his level, that's a blink of an eye, I think you'll find. No, everything. Guy got it right there, didn't he? He got it beautifully blocked and got the bonus of the red disappeared as well. So this, hoops permitting, should be Guy's shot. Now look at that, isn't that the classic? Look how far back that's come. Isn't that amazing? That's the characteristics that we saw yesterday in the doubles and elsewhere. With Croquet hoops, if you hit them square on, they come back and bite you. In this case, nearly took his feet off. So he was self-inflicted wound there, but that was a...
If you're standing next to that one, quite sensitive area.
Guys, look, that's a lovely shot. You can see that the yellow can't quite see it. So he in a strong position here. And it almost looks like Ewan was forced to do something to protect the but anyway. So that's also a clever shot because that blue is close to protecting the. Right, I think Ewan's got a hoop shot though.
Big jump or whatever's going to happen. Oh, I can see the hoop easy. Can you? Oh, that's disappointing.
There is an argument to saying it's worth a go, but also means you've got to have the skills to do it.
Oh, I hit the left wire. Now that was more difficult.
That was very close, wasn't it? That was very close. Guys now. Taking his time. That was
Come on! Nice!
There was
Nice one, Jack.
it was obviously something to do with the game, just waiting for them to clear. Get out of the way. They were shooting from the boundary. Yeah, that was a nice shot, guy. Well done. It's interesting, double banking is unsettling at times, so you just got to remain focused on your game. You know, don't forget what the others do. So they've now caught up with the other two. They've obviously just
Red in the
gone
way.
hoop
Yeah. So it's going over there.
6, aren't they? They're on hoop 6. So we'll just have a wait. Because the last thing you really want to do is the hitting of the opposition, not the opposition, the other team's ball. It just gets silly. So better to wait. Well, it'd be interesting to know where our viewers are watching from. We're watching from Budleigh. That's an easy one. We hope that some of our own members will be watching it rather than just popping by to see. We have them regularly popping in to watch games, which is nice for the players. We've got a field, an exciting field of 32 players, top talent here, which is all good stuff. We can tell you more about them as we get through the days. We've got full blocks of 8, which means that these players have got to play 7 opponents, and then obviously they get through into the knockout stages, etc. So here we are now. They've all ready on to hoop 5, all nicely lined up. Ewan's in a strong position with the red sitting in front, and Guy was very close, wasn't he, there with that attempted hoop shot. We're assuming it was the attempted hoop shot, but it could have been a double target of both. Now Ewan is doing the sensible thing. Is this going to be a snuggle, do you think, or a hit? It's a hit. And he's put Guy back into almost the same position he just came from, which is very thoughtful of him. But I think Guy has got a slight angle on this, a double target of being able to go for the red as well. And the hoop.
Oh, yuck. That did not go right.
Not. So this is swung back to definitely you.
Are we going to go and put that on, or are we going to assume it's going to be
I think
offside?
Double banking does unsettle you as well, though.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They sort of stop starting, so they lose any momentum
Well, we're
that
just
they
going to
have.
watch. Leave the balls in the middle. You should leave them all in the
They-
jaws of each hoop. So.
Just cleared the other team have just cleared, the other pair rather, have just cleared hoop 6, which gives you the chance to be able to hit firmly, and that's not too bad, is it? You'd be glad to be the other side of the peg, but
Stay there.
I think this is going to be quite a long game, really, because it's a game of attrition, isn't it?
I thought you were going to try and run the hoop after I just directed you to
Yeah.
play that. That was good.
Yep, well, that's quite a nice
Oh, well, it wouldn't have mattered, would it? Because you
well.
hadn't moved it.
So he's leaving him
No, it's not, it would have been.
well clear.
That's now legal. That ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
got
if
a-
you hadn't
a
moved
line.
it.
No, I'm now responsible for the position of that ball.
Ewan's just waving at the other
Oh, really?
team.
That would
Did
be
he?
offside,
Can he play through? I think that's what it was, right? Or else it was a wasp. No. That was a nice attempt. You can never tell with you, and he goes wandering off, doesn't he? You know, what's his issue? Now you can see what double banking does when you're trying to play shots, and Guy possibly could play through, but it's easier for the others to finish there where they are, or at least get out of his natural line. Yeah, that's it. He was able to. So what do you think? Black? Or, I think it's black this time, don't you? We should find out. Well, he wasn't expecting that. Yeah. And getting wry smiles from our excellent technical team of Adrian Coward and Jane Ellery. Stonking job. And Jane does all our social media, so shout out for her for doing that. Brilliant stuff. And that's not bad for me because I usually forget names, so that's works out quite well. Oh, there's a referee coming in from the side, so we're about to see Francis Coleman come to the second team. But we'll concentrate. We'll see the flash of pink in a second. Anyway, here we are with Guy. He's got back, the black is now back in a good place. So he's now worried about how to either protect it It's going to be red next. He's trying to think how he can maintain a shot without red hitting it. And I think he's worked out it might just be that. It's deceptive, the camera angles, isn't it? Sometimes they look close and sometimes they don't. So Ewan's looking for a slide off the blue and onto the black, I think.
Go up to the camera and say, this is what he's going to try and do.
Right. So here we go with Ewan. This is a tricky shot, so he's trying, I'm convinced he's trying to come off the blue onto the black. And he was. He was to put the blue onto the black. That was so close. It was a really nice shot, but this there gives the impetus back to Guy, isn't it? He's taking his time. forgotten about the horribleness, the horrible nature of some of the hoops, and he's completely focused. I think we know what language is being used there somehow. It's body language, definitely. I mean, I can imagine. But that was, again, that's the characteristics of these hoops. Hit them square on straight, and they do that. They bite you. So here we go. This is possibly how you do it. It's got a slightly better angle, I think. That went straight through, didn't it? That was amazing. I saw a shot like that the other day, and you think that's not possible, but it is. It was amazing how that got through. 4-2. This is going to be a tussle all the way. And we're still stop-starting because of the double banking with the other team, the other pair. They've only just cleared and gone down. So it's clouds have lifted. It's now very hot here now, which is quite pleasant. There's a nice breeze though, which is helping. We shall see. So here we go. The guy is running across. To hoop 7, I think we're on, aren't we? We're on hoop 7. So he's coming across. He's coming across from the east boundary. Going across, crossing, very nice. And that is not too bad. It's a bit short though, but he won't mind because he's in a position where he can either position or he can clear red. Depends how good his black is and how Ewan gets on with the yellow. That's the game, isn't it? Oh, Ewan, that was so unlucky. That was so unlucky on so many levels, wasn't it? Because if it had touched the blue, it would have cleared it. If it had hit the wire slightly different, it would have been in. Good news, he didn't disturb the... Bang, bosh. We did predict that with the blue, didn't we? We were saying it was in a good place to get the red. But I think Ewan's shot was exceptionally unlucky there. Just shows you though, I mean, how difficult it is to defend or hamper your opponent. God, he's not scared, is he? That was a great... That was, you know, it was all working. I mean, Guy did everything right there with that, but if you blink, you're behind on a score, aren't you? Here, just so quick. This game is not hanging about, which is quite nice. Maybe they're hearing the clatter of the lunch plates, which I could hear. It's quite nice for this tournament, and recently for a couple of others, we've actually done full catering. Which is nice for the players, you know, and the helpers as well, our volunteers. So we're now held up again. As we were predicting this, they're the others just clearing. No. We've just been asked if we want to swing the camera around onto the other game, but we won't. We'll stick with it with our valiant champions and players resting at the top end. I don't think it will take too long for them to be out of the way. I mean, you could We could just move the camera around to the current camera view just to show the hoop, because it can't. I've got a very nice Budleigh Salterton Croquet Club logo, which is very nice, right where the hoop is. So it does make it interesting. Oh, that was unlucky, wasn't it? Oh, lucky. Yeah, that could have easily have gone through. But he didn't get the ball he wanted there. So that game in front of us there is yeah, sorry, I just got distracted there. It's Jack Good and Steve Leonard. They've played quite a few times together and against each other. So that's another good move. We just keep this angle, we've got it covered, haven't we? Okay, thanks. I don't see it. We're just having a look around at the pegs to see if we can tell you what's happening on the this double bank game. You can't see a peg on hoop 3. Can you see a peg on hoop 3? Anybody? It is going on hoop 3, so it's just 4-3, isn't it? I think. It's quite nice. I'm at the moment looking around the lawns. I can see about 8 games playing. 1, 2, 3. That's me counting out loud, by the way. 4, 6, 7, maybe 9 games are in play, out and about. So again, use croquet schools if you like to keep on top of what's happening. That will help you. So the bit of uninteresting facts, which I'm sure you all want to know, which is this is the Open Championship, which is the Dells Broughton Cup, which is one of a pair of cups donated by Sir H.J. Dells Broughton in 1936, but only one has survived. The other was stolen in the 1970s. Guess what? I'm reading this. Until the 1990s, the Dells Broughton Cups were used for the Golf Croquet Doubles Championship, but the single remaining cup was repurposed in 2000 to be awarded to the winner of this current Open Championship. So, isn't that exciting? And the current holder is Jack Good. So there we are. A little bit of trivia, important stuff, you know. It's a prestigious tournament, and one that the players take seriously, not just because it's the British Open, but also because of the high quality of the field. This looks like a nice looking jump. Oh yes, that was rather good, wasn't it? And that person just dashing off there is Martin French, who was commentating with me earlier, so we'll be able to put a face to the name. But he's on refereeing duties at the moment, so we mix and match as everything goes on. That includes tea making as well. So our two players, I think, are in the outside of the pavilion now, in the shade maybe, because they were leaning against the far fence. Oh no, they might have gone flash. I doubt it though. But mostly now, just looking at this game in front of us. Oh my goodness! Steve hit the ball across to hoot, whatever 8, and it bounced out in the dead manner that we're used to, but right in front of pink.
Drink you off.
And what's even more interesting is that white is in the jaws of 7, so Jack has no shot at all. So it all depends. So I think we're about to, our combatants are about to re-emerge and get stuck in, aren't they? I hope so, otherwise you'll have to hear me wittering on for even more. Now that was, oh my goodness, that was sort of a good shot and a bonus shot for Steve there. He came across, he hit his green, he hit the pink, which hit the brown, which put the brown in the jaws. Or not, might be just on the wire, can't quite see from here. Jack's got a real headache here because white has got can get to brown, but it is brown next. So brown's, if it's got a shot, will bury in itself. So have they started? Have our intrepid warriors? Our intrepid warriors are coming back. We're pleased to hear. So just to remind you, we're watching Guy Schofield and Ewan Burridge. It's 5-2 to Ewan, and they've just been waiting for this white, which you can see on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, to move on. Lots of nice chat going on outside there, which is good. A nice little chat on field as well. So they're, going to sort it all out. I don't know what they're talking about, but fascinating. May well be. Where's the next quiz night?
Bring it on a bit, Steve. Do you want spring grain in as well?
Yeah, okay. Before you moving it, mallet head.
Yeah.
So that's quite short, that black. I was a bit surprised by that, but the yellow's just in front of it, so it's in line.
Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's rolling nicely down. Oh, that's a nice shot, isn't that? So that black has to go, I think. That looked like it just whistled past the upright. That was exceptionally good. I didn't think there was an angle there, but I think you can now assume that yellow is about to be dispatched. Commentator's curse coming up, I know, but here we go. Yeah, nicely done. He won't be 100% happy with where that black ended up, because he will have the blue's vulnerable at the moment. Ewan doesn't hang about. I can just see him in front of my window, just on it straight away. Here it comes. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be that adrift. They have just been sitting around. As we've seen earlier about it, the flow gets disrupted, so it would be quite nice too, yeah. And Martin French has come in to join me, which is nice, which is to the relief of all of you, I'm sure, that you're not going to have to carry on listening to me witter on my own.
Listen to me wittering on instead.
So I've got Martin to witter.
Absolutely.
So they've just been held up.
Against you.
They've just been held up by the olive pair, so I think that's actually disrupted their flow a bit.
Are they for hoop 9?
It's 5-3.
Right, so they're off.
Sorry, it's not. Yes, it's 5-3. So yes, so we're just they're slightly resetting. Guy is doing his. He started the shoes on. He's now into his barefoot mode. That's all quite good. So there we are. That's how it's going. So do join in, Martin. Delighted to have you here. We'll go into the commentary tab as well, please. We'll acknowledge greatness when we've got it in the room.
Great twit.
So again, here the positioning for both has been pretty good most of the time. Newton is just missing when he's going for the hoops as well.
Thought it was interesting that black positioned rather than shooting at red. So he's obviously confident he can hit red with blue.
Yes.
Which is a longer shot.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not confident, maybe he's just optimistic.
Yes. The last shot, yes, that's true. Well, he hit that gap.
Yeah.
I was going to shut this door over. However nice, sorry. That's very noisy.
So it's not clear from this camera angle whether red has got a clear shot at the hoop or whether he'll clear black instead. Ah, from that angle he's clearing black. Yep.
I'm getting sign language from the technical director that I didn't recognise. but I'm fortunate having such an expert with me, Martin French, to cover my hesitancy. Thank you. So they're being a bit cautious, I think. I think they've lost their rhythm.
Yeah.
Literally.
It does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, just because it's been held up. They've been held up about 3 or 4 times on the double banking.
It's unlucky because there's so many lawns empty at the moment because of matches finishing and people having lunch for the next one. Or black's just come in from miles away and cleared red. The question is, did he need to clear red or did he need to clear yellow, which looks to me to be in a runnable position.
Yeah, looks like
So
perfect.
he might have-
And you could probably get a decent distance on this one, you'd have thought, wouldn't you?
Yes, in fact he didn't even whack it through, he stroked it through. That shows his
He's gone out
skill
to the
and his
right
confidence in running these hoops. Yeah, it hasn't come out straight. So that's 6-3, isn't it now?
there. Yeah, it should be just coming up in a minute. Yeah, look at that. You've got the telepathic link, have you, Martin?
No, I was watching which hoop they ran. I knew it had to add up to 9.
There we go. Quite a little tussle going on here, though.
So
That red's looking in a good position, doesn't it?
but it's not quite blocking blue.
Where's that
It's
going?
just a
No,
bit
too far,
wide.
isn't it? And long.
Convenient if the opponent sticks.
Yeah, but if it's that's gone blue. This is not looking good for Guy, is it, this position?
It's not ideal, is it?
Well, we want-
Game down and 6-3 down with the opponent
Yeah.
in front of the winning hoop.
Yeah, ideal.
It's good to have a challenge.
And it looks like Jack Good is just in this that game has just beaten Steve Leonard. I'm not sure.
Must be 7-5 if they finished at hoop 12.
Yeah, it must be, but I'm not sure whether that's 2-0 or not, or 1-all. We're not watching that game, right? So that red has been dispatched by blue, which was a good shot by Guy, because that was
Yeah.
the danger ball, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And that was there's a technical term for it which we won't use on air. We can talk about it afterwards, but it was, he had to get it. That looks a nice line. I think black's hidden.
Might
Maybe
be.
not. No, maybe not. No, you can see it. You can see it. That's an interesting shot, isn't it?
So he must be presuming he can clear
Red.
with blue on the boundary.
Ewan
And Ewan
was
is short
looking-
if he
Ewan
was
was
trying to
looking to
block.
block, wasn't he, there, for
Yeah.
that shot? There you go, this is a big shot.
Bonk.
He would be happy with that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I have to say he seems to be shooting very well at the moment, Guy, and also with less preparation than I've seen him.
Yeah,
So he's obviously
yeah.
confident with his
Yeah.
hitting at the moment.
He's still, in the previous game, before he joined us, he was still having a problem with the wire. Well, everyone is.
Yeah.
We, not me. Not today. Well, the numbers have gone up. That's again, Martin arrives and the number of viewers go up.
It's all my relations.
Yeah, it is. Everyone's very shy, they're not talking to us. Big shot. Yeah,
So
nicely
Guy's
done.
made it 6-4 now.
Yeah, he must have been thinking, oh my god, it's going to bounce out. But I suppose you have to park that, don't you? And
You
move
have
on.
to try to, yes.
Yeah.
It's very easy to be intimidated by not just these hoops, but any hoops when they're well set in
Yeah,
reasonably
absolutely.
dry lawns.
And the player that you know will take advantage of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So here we have got some guy coming up from
Near first
seven,
hoop.
hoop 7.
Yeah.
Yellow's in a decent position, but a bit of a tight angle, so he's just gone behind it a bit deeper, but to cover it. Clearance. And there's the black. I've lost
Yeah,
sight of
black's
it.
on
Black's
the
boundary,
top
isn't it?
boundary, north
Yeah.
boundary.
So he's actually got a shot from there.
But he's probably got to decide between hoop and yellow. They're too wide apart to show
They
your
are,
eyes
right.
name in
So
the middle.
Or move red, maybe. What do you think of that?
Well, if yellow isn't, if he doesn't see yellow as a threat of being able to jaws, then you could well shoot at red instead.
Well, the yellow will move blue if he doesn't get red, is what I was thinking. If he leaves red there, red's the threat, isn't it?
Mm. He's taking a bit more care about this shot, and he's hit the yellow, centre balled yellow.
Yeah, excellent. So he must have been really worried about that.
So yellow's been cleared to the west boundary level with hoop 1.
I suppose with it being 6-4, he couldn't afford to leave given half a
No.
chance.
No, you have to play differently in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, the big risk shot would have been to go for the hoop, but that would have been a bit silly, don't you think? If it wasn't clean.
Yes.
It wouldn't have been a clean shot. So-
And what's more, he really needs to run 3 hoops, not 1 hoop.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you'd rather be in a position to run hoop
Yeah.
11 with some control.
Yeah, but look at that lovely shot. I mean, when I said it, yeah, that's interesting. We're just looking at the angle he's adopting with the blue. And he ran it.
Yeah, I didn't think
weren't
he had.
expecting-
No, I thought the
Well,
angle
like
was
the pens on
impossible.
it. Were you, anyone
Yeah.
were expecting that? We weren't. We were expecting a red clearance to start with.
Yes, quite. But he hasn't run it with control. He's gone off the south boundary. So you'll be in great danger of losing at the next hoop.
Yeah. But I think he was in great danger
Of losing at the previous hoop. Yeah, fair
with the
enough.
red. Because that red looked perfectly placed for you, because that was the sort of shot that he just pop in without thinking. So, yeah, and blue can see red, because
Can
it's
it?
just to this, well, you can just, we can out our window, it's just to the left of the centre marker. So,
I'm
red,
not convinced that you can see it. We need a
you need another view,
hard to see.
hard to say.
Yeah.
We'll treat this as work in progress. And slightly taking the view is I'm in trouble with that shot, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so.
So you should just do a sensible layout, do you think?
Well, certainly there's now, with black and blue being quite close together, there's certainly opportunities to hide both red and yellow behind the
Oh
hoop.
look, he's brought the ball in a bit. That's quite a bit in, isn't it?
But it doesn't make a material difference to the angle, you know, the accuracy with which he's got to play. He's missed red, gone to the north boundary.
Oh, and the camera.
Yep.
We've got the camera.
So it's a longish hoop, 2 yards, 2.5 yards for red, but it's pretty straight. Oh,
Oh. Oh.
not
We weren't
difficult enough
expecting that,
perhaps
were we?
for him to really concentrate on it.
I think he was too quick. Maybe he thought he had it.
Yes, he might have decided that was never in doubt.
Ooh.
Another attempt now with yellow, I assume, at the
I
hoop.
think it'll take more time. Shall we put the stopwatch on this one? He's gone. He's helping himself reset because he went and put the blue on the boundary. That's quite a good move, wasn't it? Just to,
He's still shaking his
He's
head though as
clucking
he's
away,
walking
isn't
back. Yes.
He's backing away.
Oh, confidence is a bit low because he's clearing black rather than trying the hoop.
That's interesting, isn't it?
But he's played a good stop shot, so he's held yellow in a runnable position.
Well, yeah, and he's also definitely near with blue. Blue is dead on the centre, on the peg, I think. Or near, no, it's not. To the right of the centre marker. I just think. So we're about to see it come charging in.
So guy
Guy
presumably
was a
will
bit
shoot.
sure.
Oh, now I assumed he would be shooting at the hoop.
I think,
Or
I
yellow,
think he
not
had the
taking a
peg and
position.
Yellow in the way. That's what it looked like to me.
And Ewan
Ewan's
attempted to
move.
clear blue rather than take a better position.
Why did he do that?
Because even if black cleared yellow, they might not clear yellow very far, and yellow could still clear blue.
Yeah, I think we need new commentators, really. Don't we? No, that was the shot we were not expecting.
No. Well, and he missed it to make it worse.
Yeah. So that must mean that just leave it a little bit. How many are outside? Open the place now, Chris. We're just trying to keep the noise down in here by having the door shut, but it's also quite hot, so there's no one around, just the clatter of the odd knife and fork now.
We keep the noise down if we shut up.
There is always that. Well, lots of people want that. But anyway, guy's got a. So what I was about to say is, yellow must be a difficult shot.
He looks pretty straight. He's got a 14-yarder to save another hoop shot. Missed it by 3 or 4 inches. He's looking regretful.
Wasn't much in there. You'd have gone for it.
Oh, for that shot, yeah.
Absolutely.
You
I
can't
think-
afford to let anyone of his standard have a 4 foot, 5 foot hoop shot.
Yeah, it's all done. That was a good game.
That's it. Good match.
Good match.
So Ewan wins 7-4, 7-5.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's quite good, isn't it? Now, what we're going to do, to dear viewers, all 56 of you, is we'll be shortly finishing this live stream and moving to the next scheduled one. I'm just looking at my technical director, Adrian Cowley, is doing a sterling job. to ask him what time.
Well, as soon as the next game comes onto this lawn, so that'll probably be, I imagine, sometime in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, so if you want to move across to the second stream, please. Thank you for session 2. There we are. That shows what attention span I've got. Session 2, we look forward to seeing you there and exciting you with a mix of commentators, and I'm afraid my voice again. Good luck, have a good break. Bye now.